we appreciate the effort. We appreciate the effort. Unfortunately, on Friday, I was out of town. I was I went to Kumasi for some family stuff. Yes,
He's a family man.
Yes, sure.
But you remember that Benito told us that he was going there on a football assignment, that he had to attend to certain football issues that were happening on Friday.
Really? No. I'm not sure I gave that excuse. Okay. I'm not sure.
We will talk about that later.
I'm not sure.
What we need to talk about right now is the 26 men that the Otto Addo has. Did I say the Otto Addo? That Otto Addo has scored up for the Black Stars provisional friendlies against Austria and Germany, which will be happening sometime next week. We'll be running through them, but we've had some people or some players that are making their debuts for the Black Stars, or will be having the chance to make their debuts for the Black Stars. We have Derek Lucas and Marvin Sanaya, Daniel Ejay, and Patrick Pfeiffer, who are all Ghanaian players who have been called up, and will be delving right into the call-ups, and that is the players and their profiles of the clubs that they play for, and what they seek to add to the Black Stars setup. So I'll start with you, Landlord.
Thank you very much. Let's greet our people watching us live on Facebook and Clog TV. We are always grateful for their feedback and also watching. Finally, now we've been able to get a call up of the two friendly matches ahead of us. One against Austria, that was on next week Friday, 27th and 30th against Germany. Seeing the squad, I was very happy. It's unfortunate that we are not finding two key players in the squad. That's Mohamed Kudus and Mohamed Salisu because of injury. But for Salisu, I learned he's out of the tournament. But for Kudus, they were started training. So maybe the next one against Wolves and stuff, they'll be to me, Ababe Bobi. And I was very happy when I see the call-up once again. I thought this call-up would be for the new guys. So I thought this call-up near and Fred, the old people, who will not call the likes of the Jordans, the Asares, the Lawrence Atisigi, the Yankees. But now, if you see the call-up now, it means Otto Addo is in for business. When meaning say he's really prepared for this World Cup 2026 going to happen at Canada, USA, Mexico. There are some new guys in there. There's one guy in there. I think I'm very happy. Is it Bibi Con?
Derek Atakon.
He plays for
Union Berlin.
Yes. In Germany. I watched him 2 weeks ago in Union Berlin's match, and he scored a goal in that game. I said, these are some of the players. Now, if you give them the opportunity, they will give you a total performance. The reason saying that, he's a very good player. He's a very, very great player, very good player, and stuff like that. And he's performing very, very, very well in his club side in Germany. So I think for the squad, the best. We've got the best. Kwesi Sibo right now is really playing well for Real Oviedo in Spain. At first, he wasn't getting his playing time, but right, Sisi Alutiminya playing time in the ball. Kwesi Sibo performing. Yesterday, we saw Antoine Semenyo in the Manchester City against Real Madrid game. He did well, but it was unfortunate City were out. Benjamin Asari performing well. Lewis Atizigi, Jordan Ayew, Fatawu Isaaku is back. And we see how he's performing well at Leicester City, although Leicester is not performing well, but Nana is improving. I'm just hoping that per this squad, 27 the Austria, they may show more. But Germany will be a difficult task for us. And we're just hoping that we'll get the right starting 11 against Germany on Monday. Then inshallah we can beat them. Nana, I said this thing when we announced the friendly matches. If we put in the best starting 11 now, any Germany ball, any Austria bar, they will know our strength. If we beat these two sides, they will World Cup in a simple
Hey.
Yeah, we will take the World Cup.
Well, are you of the same opinion now? If I should ask you, Benito.
Realistically, no. Yes, because in fact, in 2026, I am dealing in real instances and situations. I've put in all sentiments aside because I've got to realize that in this life, if you're able to face the realistic aspect of the life, you would be able to understand major part of this life. And so, realistically, it is a big no for Ghana to win the World Cup, most especially this immediate one in 2026. Not disputing the fact that we have enough of the quality that we can showcase at the World Cup. Agreed. But then, in as much as we are parodying our best of players or this quality that we possess, it is up to Coach Otuado and his technical team to be able to raise a wonderful team, because we can have a better squad or we can have a quality of squad, but then we would not be having a best team or a quality team. There is a clear difference between having a good squad and having a good team. As of now, we have a good squad, irrespective of the new additions and the new phases. But then to build a good team depends on so many situations, and I'm sure as time goes on, we will be talking more of those things. Now, to the substantive issue, Black Stars squad. NY, in the last 5 years, I've stopped discussing about national team and squad naming and stuff. Because
Why?
it is because I know that it wouldn't always be fair, let me use that word. In naming of squad, believe it or not, there will be casualties. If you like it or not, there will be people that deserved to be called, but then wouldn't be called upon. That is normal. It is normal. And there will be people that probably we weren't expecting them to be called. They got called up and delivered beyond expectations. That is why during call-ups, I do not want to criticize, I do not want to talk about it. But then, talking of this particular squad,
that notwithstanding, there is also the issue of conflict of interest, where people who have their players playing their trade abroad like to, or oftentimes we see them involving themselves in the call-up process in some way, and involving their players in the call-up when the list comes in.
You are right. And then with this particular instance, it is gradually becoming the norm in football. It isn't connected to only Black Stars. I can give you numerous of examples. Currently, when you go to the South African team, in their last 5 call-ups, go through the archives and see how connected players from Mamelodi Sundowns, players from Orlando Pirates are being called up. You know why? It is because the current, I do not have a clear evidences of it, but looking at the trend, you have CAF president who owns Mamelodi Sundowns, and so by your subconscious, you would definitely be influenced by the personality. Having CAF president owning Mamelodi Sundowns, automatically, if you are the head coach of South Africa, you will be influenced, either direct or indirect, to be calling his players. So it happens almost everywhere, most especially in this part of the country. But the issue of Black Stars, you made mention of the new faces in Derek Lucasen. I'm told he's related to Brian Broby. I do not know for a fact, but that has been the news around Derek Lucasen. I saw him in the Pafos team, the team that played in last season's European competitions.
This season as well, the Champions League.
Exactly.
The group stages.
So after seeing him in the latest call-up, I knew Coach Otuado has really done his work very well with the issue of scouting and visiting the players abroad. Even though it is his first time in the Black Stars JC, but with him looking at and why? Truth is that for whoever that knows the history about Black Stars and their central defenders, it tells us one thing. Mentioning of John Mensah, mentioning Jonathan Mensah, talking of you can name them. In most recent times, Mohamed Salisu, Alexander Jiku, all our central defenders are staunch. Physically, they are there. So as Derek Lucasen, he has that instinct to be one of the best defenders for Black Stars. When we're talking about physique, when we're talking about physical presence, he has that thing in him. They said there may be about Black Stars goalkeepers that you should be fearfully made. You get my point?
Yeah.
Yes. So as Derek Lucasen, and let's see how best he can offer the Black Stars, most especially. Me, one thing I'm rooting for is that within these 2 qualifiers, I know that they are all pre-World Cup games, and we shouldn't just compromise on any other thing, because these performances would one way or the other be reflecting during the World Cup days. And so we need to parade our best of squad. We need to parade our arsenals in these two friendly games. But then we have these new faces that are yet to taste a game in the Black Stars jersey. Why then don't we give them the chance to also show or review to us what they can offer? Most especially at this point, you are missing out on Mohamed Salisu. We know that Alexander Djiku is a constant player when we're talking of the central zone of our defense.
Yeah,
he is available. But then after calling players like Derek Lucasen, let's give them the opportunity. Most especially within this friendly games, so that we will have a clear idea of their potentials and what they can offer.
Because when it comes to Jonas Ajite, we actually do know what he can offer.
Exactly.
When it comes to Jeremy Opoku, we know what he can offer.
Sure.
Marauding runs from deep within centre backs and his wonderful strides. But when it comes to Derek Lucasen, we've only seen him most notably in the Champions League. That is Pafos versus Villarreal, where he kept a clean sheet against Thomas Partey.
And in the Cyprus League.
Villarreal. So talking about that, you made mention of the fact that Derek Lucasen is related to Brian Brobbey, and I have to confirm that he is actually related to Brian Brobbey.
That has been the news.
So Derek Lucasen and Brian Brobbey are cousins.
Wow.
Derek Lucasen has 3 siblings.
Wow.
Samuel Lucasen, Brian Brobbey, and Kevin Lucasen.
Fantastic.
So Brian Brobbey is the direct cousin of Derek Lucasen. That is something that we have to put.
That makes you the HOD, you know. You are on top of your job. That makes you exceptional, yes. That is why you are still the host of this powerful show. Yes, talking of the new faces, there is this Marvin Senenya.
Yes.
And then with the news around, he's eligible to be playing for Togo as well.
Yes.
And even within this current collapse, he had a call-up with the Togolese national team. And then Black Stars also called him up. But he chose to play for Ghana.
But he has not yet turned down the call-up for the Togolese national team as well.
That is the twist in it. I personally asked one of the top hierarchies within the Ghana Football Association that why would they take that decision? And then from the person's perspective, I understood him well. Because, you know, with the issue of nationality switch and stuff, it is believed that if the player isn't ready to play, even if he isn't ready to play, but you call him up for friendly matches, it paves the way. It gives the player enough room to think, enough room to decide. And so I'm sure that right after his call-up, he would probably have the wonderful idea to play for Ghana. And he will be of help, most especially since we do not want to pay attention to our local boys, of which and some time ago. I'm talking of the defensive aspect of our team.
Yeah.
We know of the Mohamed Salisu, the Jonas Ajete, the Jeremy Opoku. Who are those to replace them if they are fading off?
We tried with Razak Simpson. It didn't seem to 100%
exactly
work.
What happened to him? It means that we do not have a successive plan for the local boys. That is from my own perspective. Because at least we had this former Kotoko captain, Abdul Ganiu.
Yeah.
He once got tried as a central defender at the Black Stars. But then he failed in that particular quest. Similarly, you mentioned of Razak Simpson. We didn't see a wonderful end of him. But then if we've seen Abdul Mumen, even in times of injuries, he was still being called. I don't know if you understand my point.
Is it the one who played for Royal Balkan?
Yes. That is the only problem I have with him. Constantly, you've received call-ups. But it is as though you do not show any sense of responsibility. It is as though you are not ready to.
But in his defense, I must confess that if you should come from camp, maybe with a niggling injury issue, and you'll be expecting that at least they'll give you a lookout. And looking at the team and the setting, the coach, although you are regular in a more competitive European League.
Exactly.
When you're putting things on the same pedestal to weigh, landlord. When you put the Turkish Super League and then the La Liga, which one has a lot more weight? It's the La Liga.
Obviously.
So now, if players from the Turkish League, if players from the French League, if players from how do you call it, from Cyprus and other leagues, whenever you come to camp, they are giving preference over you. Then, may back camp. That is the point. The coach and then the management staff have their own favorites.
Exactly.
That is what he might be thinking.
But
I'm not saying that is the case.
I understand your point perfectly. But anyway, with this, your defense, let me also build a point from it. You are coming from La Liga, one of the best leagues in the world. If not second, first.
Yeah, just competing with the Premier League.
And it is not as if you are a bench warmer in that particular team.
Week in, week out.
That is my okay. So what will happen for a coach consistently? It isn't in one game, of which probably if it happens in a game, it could be game plan, coach's decision or something. But consistently, coaches are choosing player from the Turkish league, player from the Cyprus league over you. It speaks volumes to me that you are not up to that task.
Either it may be two ways. Either you are not up to the task, which is rightly so or truly, or the coach doesn't just favor you in his
lineup. You constantly receive call-ups.
You may receive the call-up because if you don't receive the backlash that the coach is going to receive, and the backlash because nobody can say that you are calling 4 defenders right now from 4 good defenders that are presenting themselves in high regard in European leagues. And you not mention Abdul Mumin's name. You're definitely going to mention him.
That is why, from my perspective, I think that he's not getting that sense of responsibility. I know Alexander Djiku has seen it all, but you wouldn't sit aloof for Jeremy Opoku to be chosen over him. No disrespect to Jeremy Opoku, no disrespect to Jonas Ajay-Ajiti. But then with the clubs they are coming from, the leagues they are applying their trade for, compared to yours situation, it means that there's something that we are yet to probably understand. But then for the moment, you can ask me later. I've seen Patrick Pfeiffer. He switched his nationality completely before the 2022 World Cup.
Yeah.
Right from that time, we didn't hear from him. We didn't get any information about him. But then here he comes again. Let's see what he brings on board. But truthfully, going through this 26-man squad, and why? I am highly convicted that about 85 to 90% will make to the World Cup. Yes.
Who do you think stands the chance of stepping out? We've seen...
stepping out. These new players, until they prove beyond doubt, these new faces, in Patrick Pfeiffer, in Daniel Ajay, in the 2 others, until they prove beyond doubt, I do not see them joining the squad for the World Cup. Because we have the core of the team already.
There are other players too, like Majid Ashimeru, who has not
because of injuries.
But he's been back.
I understand.
Since January.
Yes, this reminds me of something. We shouldn't be rushing those injured players. Yes, if I am Coach Otuado, I wouldn't risk taking, let's say, Mohamed Kudus. No, with him he would recover earlier before April. I wouldn't risk taking, let's say, Mohamed Salisu, who out of projection he might be recovering completely in and around May to the World Cup. I wouldn't do that thing.
But talking about that, there's just a few football left to play till that time. So he might actually recover in time for the World Cup.
I understand. But how sure would he be? Talking of match fitness and even, when a player goes for that longer period in injury, you would bear witness to that. Say, landlord, anyways, okay. Yeah, landlord is part. You would bear witness to me that before you can find your good rhythm, it takes time.
Yes.
So assuming Mohamed Salisu recovers, let's say in and around May, the World Cup is in June. How sure would we be how well will we be convicted that he would have that fine form in the space of 1 month? That is my concern. Despite all odds, he is a wonderful defender. And right from the first day Ochoado took charge as the Black Stars head coach, he's made it known that he needs a left-footed central defender in his defensive duties. He said, with the exception of Mohamed Salisu, you will be a central defender being a left-footed. And so, if he's available, it's a plus. Most especially with the idea and the game plan of our best coach in Coach Ochoado. And you get my point. So, if he recovers on time, fair enough. But if he doesn't, personally, I believe that we wouldn't have to risk him and then sending him to the World Cup, because it is the World Cup. The World Cup. And why? I want to be able to showcase the best of talent too. Tinyafin will be a prayer now in about a month. We'll recover, I understand. But then how to gain that match fitness and get it to that particular level, maybe I'm not quite a problem.
Landlord, I'll get your comments on this, but before I do that, let me just mention the players that have been called up for the Black Stars friendlies against Austria and Germany. I'll start in goal. We have Lawrence Atizigi, whose team is actually second in the Swiss Super League, that is, and he's actually been a mainstay for his team over there. We have Benjamin Asare of Accra Hearts of Oak. We have Joseph Anang of St. Patrick's Athletic in Northern Ireland, and then off we go to defenders. We have Patrick Pfeiffer of SV Darmstadt. If you don't know SV Darmstadt, that is, they are in the German Bundesliga 2. We have Derek Lucasen, who is a right-footed centre-back, a 30-year-old right-footed centre-back who was initially playing straight for the Dutch youth teams and now has switched his nationality to play for the Ghana national team. We have Derek Arthur Kohn, a left-back or left-sided defender of Union Berlin. We have Jerome Opoku, who needs no mention, of Istanbul Başakşehir. We have Caleb Birinci of FC Northernland. We have Kojo Pompepra, another very good defender in the Liga of OGC Nice, and Jonas Adjeti of VfL Wolfsburg in the German Bundesliga. We have Marvin Senaya of AJ Auxerre, right-sided defender. He can play right back and then also at right centre back. Also can play at right centre midfield or right midfield of AJ Auxerre. We have Alexander Jiku, Spartak Moscow, and we have Gideon Mensah, also of Auxerre. We didn't see in this particular one Ali Duseidu, but that's again because he's fit and he's so. And then in midfield we have Thomas Tepate of Villarreal. We have Elisha Owusu of AG Auxerre. We have Ibrahim Sulemana of Cagliari. We have Kwesi Sebo of Real Oviedo. These are just the midfielders that we've called for this one. And then the forwards or wingers, we have Brandon Thomas Asante of Coventry City, who are hitting it when it comes to the English Championship. I'm sure definitely by this time next year they'll be in the English Premier League. And then we have Jordan Ayew of Leicester City, who his club is somewhat struggling in the English Championship. If you don't take time, they'll be going to the League One of English football. We have Prince Edu of Victoria Pilsen, also a very good striker. Christopher Bonsuba of Al Qadsiya in the Saudi Pro League. Abdul Fattah Isako also with Jordan Ayew at Leicester City. We have Iñaki Williams of Atletico Bilbao. We have Antoine Semenyo of Manchester City. Kamaldeen Sulemana, whose team faced an uphill task against Bayern Munich in the Champions League today. He wears number 7 for Atalanta. And we have Daniel Ajay of Kokalespor. He is of English descent and he has played for the youth teams in Burnley and some other English teams as well. And we have Ghana playing Austria in Vienna on March 27 before traveling to Stuttgart to face Germany on 30th March 2026. So this is the squad or the lineups that have been called up for the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana.
And out of this, I can easily make 11 from the squad.
Simple.
Out of this.
Let landlord pick.
Sure,
Today, landlord
sure.
has just been observing us in the studio here. Landlord, you pick your first 11 that we are going to play with
Against Austria.
Against Austria.
For against Austria.
Benito pick is 11 for Germany.
For against Austria, I think it's Austria, comparing Austria team to German team, no disrespect to the Austria team, Germany is ahead of them, so we'll be using more.
Austria defense now.
Yeah, but I'm grounded from there. You can't write up or round off Germany. So we use the new guys more in the Austria game. So for me personally, I think I'll go for this goalkeeper in the Austria game. Joseph Annan in the Austria game. Joseph Annan in the Austria game. Then I'll use I'll play Jonas Ajete, then Jeremy Opoku 4 and 5. Then I will play Caleb Renchi right back. Then I'll play Derek Kon at the left back. Then we are playing 4-3-3, right? I don't know if he
the formation that he usually uses 4-2-3-1.
No, 3 backs. So about 3 backs. Because the last time he played Jiku, Salisu, and Jonas. That's what the last matches happened in your ball. So I don't know if it's
those games we needed not to concede. So you can see that he changed his formation.
Yes. But Ochoando's system since day one has been 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1.
Yes.
Playing system. A double pivot.
Exactly.
About 2-6 and he loses the game to 2-6 and lost.
So I'll go for 4-4-2. So in the middle, I'll play Thomas Partey alongside Kwesi Sibo. Then now on the front line, the last time this guy came to do marvelous, Prince Kobina Edu, he scored a goal in a match when we played at this
Kirin Cup.
He scored a brilliant goal. So play him and Abdul Fattah Isaaku, then you play Jordan Ayew, then you play Antoine Semenyo. These are the guys I want to see up front. So we'll bring one player from the strikers to come and support the midfielders because I played 2 midfielders. It's supposed to be 4-4-2. So it's either we'll push Fattah Isaaku, Obejina,
Obobo
10. Good. Then we'll play Asante. Edu at the middle, Jordan here. Then we'll play Antoine Semenyo down there because Man City one Obo at the down there. So I think these are the squad we face Austria. Forget Marco Arnautovic and Alaba. Alaba wa Emre. Alaba is not performing well at Real Madrid. They be fan
Benito.
Yes, sir.
Your touch on that.
My first
11 versus Germany.
Yes, I have this ideology. So control was how you can control mock. Whatever thing that transpires in your mock result, it may reflect what was in it. Yes, and so we wouldn't have to gamble, most especially against the diamond shaft of Germany. I do not know of their plans yet, but the Germany that I know wouldn't say that. Exactly. Yes. So my 11 will be dependent on how Germany was set up.
So providing we do well versus Austria.
Austria, yes.
And because before you know the setup of Germany, you'd have to also bring your setup. You'd have to bring your game plan to the fore.
Obviously, it will be goalkeepers number 1. Ghana's number 1. Benjamin Asari should be in the post against Germany. And the Ministry of Finance headquarters or J France Bruta. Yes. No.
Ministry of Finance.
Yes, and so with the defenders, I'll go in for Derek Atakon, Caleb Renchi, Jonas Ajete, obviously, and Alexander Jiku. They'll be my back 4.
Derek Atakon at left back.
At left.
Jonas Ajete.
Exactly.
Caleb Renchi at right back.
Sure.
And then Alexander Jiku.
Yes.
That's an interesting one.
Yes.
I would have thought that you'd have brought in Derek Lucasen to partner with Alexander Jiku.
No, it is early days here for him. Maybe if Kameye Austria, I'm the mission. But with Germany, we wouldn't go to.
We need our full squad.
Exactly. And as usual, it's Thomas Partey and Kwesi Sibo. With that front, the 3, I'll go in for Antoine Semenyo.
On the right or left?
On the right.
On the right?
Yes, on the right. And then.
On the right?
I'll put him on the left.
On the left?
Yes, and put Jordan Ayew on the right. Yes, and Abdul Fattah Issahaku as my number 10 with Inaki Williams spearheading attack. Yes.
That's an interesting one, but a little slight change in this particular one might be the fact that looking at the positions that they play at the moment, maybe Abdul Fattah Issahaku will not be playing as a CAM, that's the attacking midfielder.
Okay.
So he might actually go to the left or to the right, that is where he plays for Leicester City. We have Jordan Ayew on the left, and then we have Antoine Semenyo up
playing
top.
Behind Inaki. That wouldn't be bad. At least Semenyo plays as an auxiliary striker.
Yes, just like he does to Haaland. He plays that particular role for them as well.
And okay, you're going to say, CCA Abelo was time. He plays Adagule as an inverted number 9 with Federico Valverde complementing the works of Alexander Arnold.
We'll come to the Champions League part of it.
Germany, Ghana
versus Germany to time in history has proven that we've been actually not fared bad.
Exactly, bad.
Sure. The gap in class when it comes to.
I just pray that Francis Abu recovers on time because I see that particular profile in him. In absence of, let's say, Thomas Partey, who fills in the gap.
In absence of Francis Abu, rather.
I'm building a point. In absence of Partey, I understand. But the role or the profile Partey gives us, playing Elisha Usu and Kwesi Sibo, we wouldn't get that connection.
2-6 and loss.
We wouldn't get that connection. That is why I would love Francis Abu to recover on time. Because let's say Partey isn't around. Playing Francis Abu and Kwesi Sibo. Francis Abu has that aggression in him. Sometimes he can be flexible. So he can, one way or the other, be seen as Partey and sometimes be seen as Kwesi Sibo. That is why I want him to be available. Because
hybrid.
Exactly. That is the word, hybrid. So I can never want to do so. But then we can see, you see, in fact, we have a good squad. No two ways about that.
But do we have a good team?
That is the problem.
That's the problem.
Landlord.
No.
We've had extensive discussions, so you close us on this particular one. Let's go for a break.
I think I'll start from where you and Benito ended. We have a good team.
We have a good squad.
We have a good squad, but we talking
have
about
to
the good
think
team.
About getting a good team.
For your qualify to the World Cup, we know the teams that we are playing. As I will say this thing, sir, the friendly matches that we are playing compared to the people in our group, the people that we are playing the friendly match, was sourcing the people that we are playing in the group stages. So it is a very interesting task ahead of us in these friendly matches, and we should treat every match as a World Cup final. Yesterday, when I was watching the Champions League somewhere, I was telling someone, said, right now, Arsenal is treating every match they are playing as a final match they are playing. So if Blaster, we do that, we are good to go. We treat Austria match as a final match that we are playing at the World Cup. Germany, Wales, or anything that we are playing, and now we are good to go. I will say this, and I always say this on this our national television. Say, Blaster is getting 7 points in the World Cup to go to the next stage. So I think it's all good. Friday, 5 p.m. The stage is set. The stadium has said we are playing against Austria. Then 30th, we're good to go. If we beat Austria, if we beat Germany, inshallah, Canada, USA, Mexico, here we come. We're going to do wonders over there.
Definitely, we are definitely hoping to do wonders when it comes to Canada, USA, and Mexico. We'll be going for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll still have more to discuss. Remember the CAF case where Senegal have been stripped of the 2025 AFCON title and has been now given to Morocco. That is, we'll be talking about that in detail. We'll be looking at the rules concerning all of that particular CAF ruling that has come to sort of maybe bring some mixed feelings in African football. Don't go anywhere.
Missy, ma omeiyo, kana mayawara ujo. Dino meiwo, meka se wo famu. Mese, o maye yidam so. Na yemfa kuruye biakuye biedro tikoro kwejino mama yedi nambum isom na yemfa kuruye moa biakuye biedro tikoro kwejino mesi mama yedi nansom do biara na famuzo omanu menya kodo Gana butumbono Moma yenyi nansam No biara yana femudo Amanu benya gozo Gana butumbono Emo Meni na bomuso Da 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 da
Hi music lovers, we are the Clog Band.
Happy hour with the Clog Band.
Whether it's singing along, dancing,
Yeah, welcome back. You're still on the nation's ultimate #1 sports show. This is Clog Sports. My name is Nanaya Asari, and we've been talking about the our Ghana squad and the impending World Cup that we are actually having, and now we'll be turning our attentions to CAF. And then there are interesting ruling to strip Senegal of the 2025 AFCON title and hand over the title to Morocco, that is, and Morocco has been declared African champions, stirring up mixed feelings amongst everyone that is concerned with African football. Others are saying that titles are won on the pitch and not in courts. Others are also saying that we have to follow the rules or the rule book to the letter, and the rules are not sentimental. These are issues that are cropping up, and that's what we'll be discussing next in here at Clog Sports with Isaac Opoku and the champion of champions, Champion Benito. Guys, Monsempa.
Yes, Empire. Yes, this ruling. In fact, I had the notification yesterday night from CAF Online. I had opportunity to go through it. Just that it is in the media release form. It isn't the official ruling from CAF's disciplinary committee and stuff. But then, after going through it like 3 times, there was this voice that I heard that such situations give people like Jimmy Carragher the authority to be speaking ill of our tournament.
Yeah.
Because first of all, the timing of this particular thing raises eyebrows. I'll be talking more of the rule and the regulation aspect. But morally, whatever thing that transpired on January 18 at the Prince Moale Stadium shows clearly that the African football is lacking behind when we talk of administration and leadership skills and qualities. Because anyway, truth is that whatever thing that happened in this third game, we can't substantiate as to why the game was to be played on. We can't substantiate. But see, in that particular ambience within that particular period. We had the FIFA president in present, the CAF president, the executive council members, including our own Keto Crab. They were all in present. And so, what would inform the referee, after all this chaos, still tell these two sides to continue with the play? Whereas we knew that per the rules and why everything that happens on this earth has its own rule. What does the rule say? That is why I was very happy when in your preamble you said rules and regulations are not sentimental. I've read enough of commentaries and I've listened to audios, watched footages. It is as if we are just being sentimental. But then, per the rule, according to the rule in Article 82, Article 84, it stated clear. In fact, it is emphatically clear that the moment that thing happens, whosoever or the team that displayed that act forfeits the game, according to the rule in Article 82. And one Senegal for and it says that if for any reason whatsoever a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match or refuses to play or leaves the ground before the regular end of the match, this is where the rule applies. In this scenario of Senegal and Morocco, it is when a team leaves the ground before the regular end of the match without the authorization of the referee. Were they asked to leave by the referee's authorization? No. What happened? They felt cheated. Sadia Yanko. And why? Realistically, in every game, you can raise as many as 7 players to play a game. Same manner, is that not it?
That is it.
But within that period, the number of players that were left on the field, that is for Senegal, with the exception of Sadio Mane, Menkai will be for an account. I do not know if there were like as many as 7 players within that instance. No. So if football is governed by rules and regulations, and why? And then you apply the rules of football in any situation. It is not now. It is not today. So aside sentiment, what the Senegalese players did was wrong. Let's say it as it is. But my point is, for the referee to agree that for about 15 to 17 minutes you've left the field to the dressing room with your coach, with like 90% of your players at the dressing room for like 15 to 17 minutes. What would inform the referee to still agree to the fact that, come, let's continue with the play?
So, Benito, with that being said, now, before landlord comes in, let's go to FIFA's rule book.
Okay.
And then, usually, when these things happen, what are we supposed to do? Now, this is a question that we've been asking.
Sure.
If the referee had actually followed these protocols, then definitely you can actually say that the referee was justified enough to call the match off. And then award the 3 goals and then the points to Morocco.
Yeah.
So this is coming from FIFA's laws of the game.
Okay.
It says that even after a walkout, there are steps that you must follow. The players don't just walk out and then you also don't declare the game. Say you forfeited the match. You have to follow these steps.
Okay.
And if these steps are not followed, that means you don't have anything substantial to substantiate when it comes to this particular situation.
Okay.
So now, the first thing is
this is purely education.
This is purely educational.
Yes.
The first thing is to stop the play and note the time. So when the team walks off 84th minute, you stop 84th minute, 10 seconds. You stop the play and you note the time. Team A stepped out 86 minutes, 4 seconds. verify the minimum players. That is what you said. That is FIFA Law 3.
Okay.
A match may not commence unless the team has at least seven players out of the total 11 on the pitch. That is why when they give you red cards and you are less than 7, the game ends.
Sure.
So a match cannot continue if a team has fewer than 7 players on the field. If the entire team walks off, this condition is immediately met. So now, condition 1, the referee stopped the play and noted the time.
And
Condition
he did
2,
that?
yes.
Okay.
Condition 2, verify whether there are minimum of 7 players on the time. There was a total walk-off, apart from Sadio Mane, who was not even on the field of play. He was actually standing and trying to call them.
In the dugout, yes.
In the dugout. So he was also not on the field of play. So that one is also defeated. Now we go to the third one.
Okay.
The referee is supposed to initiate a time warning. And the time warning is usually within 10 to 15 minutes, based on the discretion of the referee.
Thank you very much.
That this is a time warning. Me mamo 10 minutes, Mumba Park, no so mamba, the game is over. This is the time warning that the referee has to say, I gave this particular time warning to the opponent. And that has to be in the referee's match report to CAF and to the match commissioner. Now, this particular time warning, was it adhered to? Yes or no? Was it not adhered to? We don't have any indication as to whether the referee gave a time warning, right? So the time warning, and then also after that, the referee must issue instructions for a return after issuing the time warning. This is 15 minutes. Formally instruct the team captain or coach to return to the pitch and continue the match. And that was done.
Exactly.
The referee told Sadio Mane.
Sure.
And then the coach was
including other officials.
And other officials that return to the pitch and let's play the game. So that was also upheld.
Okay.
And then declare abandonment is the final decision. That is, if the team refuses to return after the specified time. Remember that the third one was to initiate a time warning.
Exactly.
So after the time warning has been initiated, what you have to do next is, if the team refuses to return to the field at the specified time, the referee must formally abandon the match. Now, there is no indication whether there was an initiated time or timeline that was given to them that they should actually come back within 10 minutes. Usually, the time frame, as I mentioned, is 10 to 15 minutes. Within 10 to 15 minutes, a warning must be issued to you. My friend, stop what you are doing and come back to the field of play. Let's continue the game. This is all part of it. After he declares abandonment of the match, which is the fifth point, what he's supposed to do is to secure the field. Now, all these things have to be followed to the latter before the abandonment of the match has to be called completely.
Exactly.
And then the 3 points has to be given to you. So secure the field. You're supposed to ensure, the referee, together with other officials, to ensure the opposing team, that's the team left on the field, is instructed to leave the field and that all the officials and players can safely exit the pitch. That was not done. And after that, he's supposed to submit in his detailed match report a comprehensive report within the competition organizers in detailing the walkout, the time that was elapsed, attempts to resume play, and the actions of the players or coaches. Now, these are the steps to take before you say that they have walked out. Now, one thing that works in the favor of the Senegalese is that the total time of which they walked out of the pitch was 40 minutes, 37 seconds, up to the 17th minute when the game was called back. So when Sadio Mane started calling them back in, you can actually say that he had initiated the second point, which is making sure that the third point, that is, or fourth point, issuing instructions for a return. The referee did that, and Sadio Mane also executed it. The time that particular thing takes, within the 14th minute mark to the 17th minute mark, falls within the 10 to 15 minutes mark of the second point that we said, that the third point that he has to initiate a time warning. We do not know the length of time that he gave. It's according to the referee's discretion. He has to wait for 10 to 15 minutes. The Senegalese players started coming on the field from the 14th minute. So this is something that we have to look at carefully and say that were all the conditions that are necessary for declaring a match abandoned upheld? The answer is no. Because clearly you can see that before you declare the match abandoned, you have to issue a time warning. We don't know as to whether that was done. And within the confines of the law, the time warning that was issued, when you watch the game and you pause it at the time, or you take note of the time that Senegalese abandoned the match when the penalty was given in the 90th minute, to the time that the game was, the players started calling them back, it was about 40 minutes. So 40 minutes falls within the time frame of the 50 minutes mark that was given. So these are the submissions I have done and into this particular case. Landlord, these are today we've gone back to school when it comes to
yes, it's very important.
Very important.
Very important.
And it's sad. I want to. Benito said something which I was very interested about it. These are some of the things that happen. Now you could see the people who are carry on I&D, be talking trash to African football. And I'm seeing Jamie Carragher talking about this issue. And then Benito said something, timing. Let's put football aside. Timing is a key thing in everything that we do. Our show starts 1. Timing. We close 2:30. Timing. Everything that we do, it is timing. Let's say, look at the time the verdict came out. Right after the end of the Champions League, when the issue came out.
No, it was even during the Champions League match.
Yeah, because the three of us got a notification from our email through CAF.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, mostly I get this email, but I didn't pay attention to it. I was just going to social media and I saw them. So let me go and check for my mail. And I said, whoa.
CAF Media Advisory. then they send the mail to
whoa.
you.
Now it's serious. But I feel what Senegal did was wrong, but the verdict is bad. When we read the article 82 and 4, we are in school. What kind of verdict now? Where shows clearly that Senegal did wrong. But now, the school that I went, the Saito school that I went, the SHS that I went, and the university that I went, when there's a sentence that shall came inside that, say shall it means
It's binding.
There's a consideration somewhere. I stand to be corrected.
So let's read the 82 that you're talking about.
So no, I'll not read 82. I'll not read all. But
let's read all for context.
So if for any reason whatsoever a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match or refuses to play or leave the ground before the regular end of the match without any authorization of the referee, full stop, it shall consider lose or shall be eliminated for a good from the current
shall be eliminated for good from the current competition.
So now there are 2 shall over there, and when you Google shall, it means there has to be a consideration. There's not going to be any consideration. May or roller, it's will. It means that they will do it, but shall means there must be a consideration. I was expecting, and now the reason why I thought this verdict is bad in the same, we need to also pay another attention to the reports the referee took on that day. Reports not the command CAF. I'm sure they will look into that report and give this verdict.
Obviously.
So it means the referee report not the coin was serious, and per the preamble he said 40 minutes. No, in association football we say 15 minutes before they will come. And then now I feel like there was no communique that a committee is setting up on this issue that you share in same way and it will bring a verdict.
After the final, there was how do you call it, an appeal by the Moroccan FA that Senegal staged a walk-off and therefore the points needs to be awarded to them. But now the issue here is after the purported walk-off, now the referee now who has the final decisions of the game. There's also this particular point that the decisions of the referee are binding to the game. The decisions of the referee in pertaining to the results of the game are binding on whatever the game that is. There are some decisions that can be overturned. If the referee, for instance, gives a red card and then the VAR says that it's not a red card or maybe the red card is overturned, some of these decisions can be overturned. But never have we seen the outcome of a game that has been ended completely being overturned. because of a verdict of a referee or because of the referee's notes.
Report. Yeah.
Usually we see fines being attributed to teams and all that. But correct me if you may, that at the end of the game, Marshall, I've beaten you on fair grounds based on this referee that gave the report. I've beaten you based on these submissions that we've made. Now, if I have beaten you based on these submissions that we've made on the field of play, and the referee himself has whistled for the final whistle in the presence of the match commissioners.
So that brings African football to public ridicule.
Yeah.
That has been my problem, because in spite of all these commentaries, all this education, what is the establishment? They bought AFCON final, Senegal were crowned winners.
Yeah.
After about 2 months or so, the decision has been overturned. What is the new twist? Morocco now been crowned as winners. It is unprecedented.
If you're a Moroccan player, would you want to go for this medal?
And I am even considering the fact that, you know, there is this thing that we usually say that football brings us together. But with this situation, does it promote unity? No, it doesn't. And if they continue to live like this, it raises the concern about this purported idea that it is as though they want to favor the North Africans and be, you know, treating the other people bad. I do not want to go to that tangent, but from all indications, I'm not saying that what Senegal did in walking off was right. In fact, within that period,
it should never happen.
I condemned it. Again. But after FIFA Law 7 was executed, that is, it tells us the duration of every game. It is 90 in the stipulated time. Extra time or additional times are from referees' discretion and staff. The moment we executed that FIFA Law 7, it ends there. I read a tweet from Patrice Evra, and he says that he felt it was an April Fool something. See where the African football, African sports is heading towards. It isn't well. No. I understand. We are trying to apply rules and regulations. Perfect. That is why one way or the other we've done this educational stuff on the show. But realistically, what happened on the day should have ended. And no. And I mean, it's not as if I would instigate the Senegalese. But if I am the president of Senegal Football Federation, yeah, for trophy ninko. Monsanche, yeah, for trophy nimba. Mumbani, yeah, famba.
Lord have mercy.
I was just imagining something that Kagana and Yakoji have conceived. So, an assembly Abahua. Yen never take it or clear coaches and me and Fanco. May can it be someone to feel? I am Fanco. Because how on earth? And now, so indirectly, we've declared 2 winners of the AFCON 2025.
Which is
indirectly. Maybe some 40 years ago, maybe some 50 years ago. But in the space of this, about 3 decades or so, but then, what then do we do? Let's sit back and get ready to reset our football. Because NY, the rate at which the African sports or African football is being ridiculed worldwide. I know that Yamanko for criticizing AFCON, but we see our leaders. We've been creating awareness on our AFCON. Even with that, the timing of the AFCON has been questionable. Yet one of my almost 4 years. Yet growing up, we know that it is only the World Cup, the Euros, and those European competitions, and you're born 4 years. And then I see AFCON, you're born 4 years.
I look at 2 years, but if there is a year that the World Cup,
you see my
played,
point.
Then it's also not played.
So why are we trying to live our life to please? And now I want to say Russia, I wonder why. It is of no news that this Russian guy came here and did his wonders.
But now, to add up to Benito, I think they've started something on social media. I think I'm very happy. A team from Egypt, as if Falco FC announced an indefinite boycott of all competition organized by the Confederation of African Football. This includes CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation, any Super Cup or any CAF tournament. So because of the verdict that came out. And then I've seen players also saying, sir, all national teams should boycott this AFCON. And I've also seen, say, the CAF FA has also filed an appeal, something they call FIFA.
The Senegalese FA.
The Senegalese FA to FIFA. And the CAS.
Yeah, CAS.
I think, for me personally, it's going to be in the history of football. Say, yesterday's date will be there, and CAF name will be attached to it. And it's a record which is going to be there. And then when you go on X right now, since yesterday, X, this issue is there, which is very, very sad. And we need to pay attention to it. But for me personally, I think what the club side and some of the national teams are doing there, we should just tweet about it. Because this issue is bad. For me, I thought say even if a verdict will come out, it's going to be a fine. So you're fining Senegalese this amount of money because of what they did. Because there were big people at the pitch. As Benito said, FIFA president, CAF president, the executive, all people were there, all president, even including the Moroccan president was there. So for everything to be fair, it was supposed to be sanctioned. Or maybe abandoned almost okay, Obama and there's not going to be supporters in the stadium. But not to the extent, say, yeah, trophy. And the trophy that they are taking the trophy, the cash prize, and including the medals. Medals now, in
fact, every benefit you got as the AFCON winner.
Apart from one benefit.
Yes, apart from one benefit. The one we talked of air.
FA.
Yes,
apart from that benefit, every benefit, medal, trophy, cash prize, you are returning it back.
And the pride in it. You have to.
So if you're a Moroccan player, would you be happy enough to?
No, they are happy. Yesterday, remember, this Real Madrid player,
Brian Diaz,
when he got to realize the verdict, he was happy. He was double happy. I don't know who showed him the phone on the pitch when he was greeting the Man City players. When he saw the verdict, he was very happy. Hey, Nana said, he doesn't have come medal.
In fact, with the footages we are getting, the principal street of Morocco,
they are jubilating.
But you should also think this particular way, that games and competitions are won on the field of play, not in the courtroom. If you should win any trophy in the courtroom, that means when you've been beaten on the field of play, fair and square. And actually, the reasons why they staged the walkout was because you, as a country, were involving yourselves in some practicalities that are not humane in the game of football.
Sure.
For instance, if I be a goalkeeper and I clean my face with a towel and I'm putting it down there, and you ask your ball boys to come and take it and go and do it with whatever they do to it, what then? You are not competing on a fair basis.
Exactly.
You have to. So if you've competed on an unfair basis, referees are somewhat awarding penalties to you when they are questionable even to an extent that opponents walk off the pitch. A clean goal is scored at the other side of the pitch without any interference. VAR does not look at it, and also the referee is not also called to question. And you don't allow this. It's built up for frustration.
Yes. It has been very controversial, and I like the idea and the mentality of these Senegalese boys. I saw a tweet from Sadio Mane saying that he's not moved because the world knows the real champions. So we can take it as such. Maybe Morocco are the CAF champions and Senegal are the African champions. We can take it like that.
They say time flies when you're having fun. Unfortunately, time is actually fast spent. We'll be closing with the Champions League highlights and fixtures, but then I'm sure it will be after we walk out of the studios here. So I would like to take your last words before we actually get into the Champions League fixtures and results?
Yeah, so we're coming back as usual on Friday.
Yes.
And I promise to be on Friday.
Hey.
Yes, I
It's
promise.
a holiday too.
Yes, and then in fact a longer one.
Yeah, very
so
long.
as usual, the Loyalty Brothers will be doing our thing.
Yes.
Yes, because the holiday starts from Friday. We enjoy it through Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Wow. God is still the greatest. And so
Landlord.
So talking about the Loyalty Brothers, we so far received people that want to join. James texted me some time back that he want to join the Loyalty Brothers. So we are still open nomination and stuff like that. We are in the mood of traveling, so please make sure you don't give your money to any agent or traveling people that you want to go to the World Cup. Please use the right channel. If you don't want to go to the Clog TV crew, we are going with everything will be showing live at the Clog TV. The Black Star training and where they will sleeping, where they will eat, everything that they do will be showing to you live at Clog TV.
All right, so this is how we call it a wrap on Clog Sports, your ultimate number one sports show in the nation. Up next, we'll be showing the highlights of the UEFA Champions League. So don't go anywhere. Although we are ending, Clog TV still continues. This is Clog Sports. My name is Nanayo Asari, and I've been in the studios here with the champion of champions, Champion Benito, and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football. The results are up next for you. Stick and stay with us.